Hey guys, so as we know, Samsung are raising the prices of their flagship phones year over year, which is expected, but things are getting a little bit out of hand. In their pursuit of making an absolute specs monster that is the Galaxy S20 Ultra, and to be fair, that did top the charts when it comes to specs, it came at a cost, and a really big one, a selling price of $1,400 US. But there is some evidence that consumers are just not really willing to pay this price, even for flagship phones. And we can see that Samsung are actually selling more and more of their mid-range devices. So enter the Galaxy Note 20 series. And yes, there is a Note 20 Ultra, and that will be the same as every other flagship phone from Samsung before it, getting the kitchen sink thrown at it with all the best hardware that Samsung can give us. It will be specs heavy with a high refresh rate, 120Hz screen, a periscope zoom camera, brand new screen technology called LTPO, which is apparently more energy efficient. But when it comes to the Galaxy Note 20, we're discovering that Samsung has made a big decision. Really big decision. What may be a crazy decision, but actually maybe a genius decision as well. And the line between those two is thin. First, we had those rumors of a flat display on the Galaxy Note 20. Not a small curve, but a completely flat display. And that led me to believe a while back that the Note 20 may be actually fairly cheaper than what we get in other Samsung flagship phones, mainly because flat screens are just way cheaper than any type of curved screen, even like a third of the price. Now we get more information from Ice Universe though, and it paints a really complete picture of what this phone is going to be like. As we can see from his posts, this phone is not going to be one of Samsung's high-end flagship phones with a curved screen, small bezels. In fact, this phone may even have mid-range type of specs, for the screen at least, a 60Hz refresh rate, slightly thicker bezels overall, and even a full HD resolution screen, which completely goes against what Samsung have been doing in their flagship phones for years, which is offering the absolute best screen technology, Quad HD resolutions, and we've seen this year with high refresh rates. So is Samsung crazy here? Are they just making one of their flagship phones worse? Well, we can look to what they did last year for some clues. Last year, Samsung released two phones, the S10 Lite and the Note 10 Lite. And with the Note 10 Lite, this phone mainly was actually for the Indian market, a way of getting a Galaxy Note device to a cheaper price point and maybe trying to gain some sales and some market share in that very important market. So it's clear that Samsung are playing the numbers here. The Note 20 is going to be a cheaper phone. It must be cheaper. It has a good specs list, but not the very high-end flagship. If you want that, you can get the Note 20 Ultra, which keeps all the top-end specs, and of course the Galaxy Fold 2, which Samsung wants to bring more into the mainstream as a high-end flagship phone. So the Galaxy Note 20 should really be a high mid-range phone, a affordable flagship phone, with the premium phones being left to the Ultra and the Fold. And that means the price should be lower. And with this specs list, you shouldn't expect a price even above $800. It really is not going to be $1,000 phone with this specs list. Of course, the pricing is unknown and we won't know that until much closer to the time, but an interesting decision and what might be a really genius decision from Samsung to actually get more sales and market share across the world. But anyway, let me know what you think of the Note 20 and the other two premium phones in the series launching very soon. That's it for now though. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.